Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Djibouti channels. Here are the headlines of our news edition tonight. Signature of an agreement between the Minister of Economy and Finance and the World Bank representative in Djibouti. On international scene, the party of Imran Khan at the heart of partial result. That were our top story, and now let's get to the details. The Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of industry co-signed with the residents representative of the World Bank in Djibouti the financing agreement of $50 million relating to the project moving towards zero growth retardations. The project aimed to reduce sustaining among children under 5 in Djibouti. The project planned to support high-impact health and nutrition services to reduce stunning through strengthening nutrition and health services to enhance delivery quality and nutrition use of an improvement package of high-impact health and nutrition intervention at the health facility level, but also prevention and management of stunning and wasting at community levels, and support for community awareness and behavior change, including strengthening multi-sectorial intervention to reduce stunning through the use of multi-sectoral platform of prevention and management of stunning through relevant policies and strategy and multi-sector capacity building, national and regional programs with expansions of ongoing initiative at national level. After the signing of the agreement, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Iyas Moussa Dawale, clarified that this funding from the World Bank will allow the march towards zero stunning in the Republic of Djibouti, strengthening high-impact health and nutrition services to reduce stunning. The Minister of Agriculture, Mohammed Ahmed Awali, inaugurated this morning a new sewage pollution separation plant at the dumping and treatment center located in Blaus. This ceremony participated the Director General of ONEAD, Ali Yusuf, and the Director of Sanitation and Project Engineers. The projects are co-financed by ONEAD and the French company SIAB, and it will aim at the separation of pollutants, organic and non-organic. This experimental unit can process 5 cubes per hour. This project is part of the environmental protection policy. In a brief intervention, the General Director of ONEAD expressed his satisfaction for this project for the environment and the populations of Djibouti. In an interview, the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Awali, on this occasion emphasized the importance of this project for separating organic and non-organic pollutions at the center of materials handling and processing. We are in the first phase, and this plant will be installed in many neighborhoods. This project aims to protect the environment, he added. Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Awali said that after the separation of pollutant for wastewater, the residue and the sanitized water used for farms. A health inspection team led by the Secretary General Dr. Saleh Benoit Turab went this morning to the various centers of storage and drugs and consumable managed by the Camp of Central Purchasing Essential Materials and Drugs. Hosted by the Director of CAM, Dr. Hussein Muhammad Idris, Senior Health Department officials conducted an inspection visit of the various storage sites in inquire the condition of storage of drugs at the level of the camp. Since 2016, the Ministry of Health has put in place a strategy to strengthen the logistical and operational capabilities of the camp to ensure continuing availability of medicine, medical consumable and reagent in the country. During the visit, the health authorities sized the importance to express their satisfaction with the optimal conditions for the storage of drugs by the camp, which has just received a large order of 45 containers later this month. At the end of his visit, Secretary General Dr. Salah Said was satisfied with the optimal condition of storing medicine that are for a good quality and a sufficient quantity to supply all health facility for the next 6 months, thanks to the new hangars that will build at Pika 12. The camp has tripled its storage capacity and improved the capacity to meet the ever-increasing demands of pharmaceuticals. All these drugs are intended to cover the need of drugs and consumables for all hospitals, community health centers, and polyclinics, but also CMH and health posts in the 5 regions of the interior, he concluded. The Minister of Muslims Affairs and Culture and Property Waqf held last night at the Guled Stadium the closing session of sensibilizations and demonstration on the stage of the Hajj for the benefit of our pilgrims Djibouti. A total 1,050 Djiboutian pilgrims will perform this year the pilgrimage. Then Sunday evening, the future pilgrims had the opportunity to be informed on the journey of the pilgrimage. Last night, the closing ceremony saw the participation of the Director of Muslims Affairs, Al-Saleh Ahmed Abdullah, the Chief Services of the Hajj, Osman Awale, the Chair of the Fatwa Committee, Abdurrahman Shamsuddin. The increase in quota for Djiboutian pilgrims, that is 1,050, is the novelty of this year, which reflects the effort of the Minister of Muslims Affairs. All the heads of the Minister of Muslims Affairs, including the head of the Hajj, Osman Awale, Sir, informed the pilgrims of the day of departure this year. For his part, Sheikh Abdurrahman Shamsuddin wishes all Djiboutian pilgrims that Allah accept the accomplishment of the pilgrimage. This year, the pilgrims 2080 in the last week begins in the last week of August. The Djibouti Office for Geothermal Energy Development (ODEC) is a public administration institution with the legal personality and financial autonomy, ensuring various missions. This new institution is placed under the tutelage of the Presidency of the Republic. Its main missions are to study, explore, and exploit geothermal energy. It was created in 2040 by the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh. The Djibouti Office for Geothermal Energy Development is located at Beka 20. This geothermal office is composed for several geoscience departments, namely the geophysical department, geochemistry, as well as geology, and several laboratories. These several engineers and technicians is higher education in the summer from a better reciprocal knowledge to facilitate the exchange and the coordination in order to succeed the development of geothermal energy in Djibouti under the best condition of success, the technical, economic, social levels. It should be recalled that this project were closely followed by the head of state, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, who spared no effort to the development of clean and renewable energies of the country, and whose geothermal energy occupies a place decisive. The ODEC already managed the explorations of geothermal energy on several sites in the Lake Assal and like the Galalakoma site, where the drilling work was launched 2 years ago. It also provided its assistance and its expertise for the launch of geothermal exploitation tables on the final site this month. It also conducted studies on the potential of geothermal energy in Djibouti, where about 20 sites favorable to the development of geothermal energy have been detected. It's in charge of the exploitations of the energy in audience in our region and country. In its long term, it will also ensure the exploitation of this energy with the other institutions of the country, like the electricity directions of Djibouti RTD. Following the death of Sheikh Hussein Abbas Osman, a famous religious figure of our country, who took place in the afternoon of Wednesday at the military hospital, the Minister of Decentralization, Mohamed Aramis, the local authorities, and the Prefect of Dikhil, Mohammed Sheikh Hassan, and the Regional Council President Abdurrahman Yunus Are, as well as Idris Omar Ailey, and local ulama, extend their deepest condolences to the family and all those to them of the deceased. In their message, the leader recalled that the late Hussein Abbas, a retired former National Army, held several positions in the religious bodies of our country, such as Mufti, Imam, as well as member of the Ulama of Markaz and member of High Islamic Council of Djibouti. We implore the God to host him in his paradise. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raj'un. And now let's move to international scene in Kenya, where the ban on shisha must conform to the constitution. For more, let's follow Mohammed report.
China will grant Senegal aid without compensations of 1 billion yuan, or nearly 83 billion, for the years 2018, 2019 and 2020. An agreement in principle has been obtained for the financing of all projects submitted under bilateral cooperation, we have learned. The President of the Republic welcomes the aid without considerations of 1 billion yuan, nearly 83 billion, granted to Senegal by the People's Republic of China for the years 2018, 2019 and 2020. And the agreement in principle to fund all projects submitted under our bilateral cooperation. Read of the Council's Ministers this Wednesday. Speaking at the Council's of Minister, President Macky Sall noted the text began his presentations on the success of the historic state visit of the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, to Senegal Saturday and Sunday. He praised the exceptional mobilizations of the people who have warmly welcomed our host and his important delegation. The statement goes on to say that the President Sall has magnified the quality of the talks with his Chinese counterpart. Both and leaders welcome the convergence of views on topics of common interest. Macky Sall mentioned in the text held the excellent result obtained will testify to the new dimension of the strategic global partnership between the Republic of Senegal and the People's Republic of China.
China will grant Senegal aid without compensations of 1 billion yuan for this year and the next year.
China will grant Senegal aid without compensations of 1 billion yuan, or nearly 83 billion, for the years 2018, 2019 and 2020. An agreement in principle has been obtained for the financing of all projects submitted under bilateral cooperation, we have learned. The President of the Republic welcomes the aid without considerations of 1 billion yuan, nearly 83 billion, granted to Senegal by the People's Republic of China for the years 2018, 2019 and 2020. And the agreement in principle to fund all projects submitted under our bilateral cooperation. Read of the Council's Ministers this Wednesday. Speaking at the Council's of Minister, President Macky Sall noted the text began his presentations on the success of the historic state visit of the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, to Senegal Saturday and Sunday. He praised the exceptional mobilizations of the people who have warmly welcomed our host and his important delegation. The statement goes on to say that the President Sall has magnified the quality of the talks with his Chinese counterpart. Both and leaders welcome the convergence of views on topics of common interest. Macky Sall mentioned in the text held the excellent result obtained will testify to the new dimension of the strategic global partnership between the Republic of Senegal and the People's Republic of China.
And now in Pakistan, where Imran Khan's movement tops Pakistan's parliamentary elections according to partial results announced by the Electoral Commission.
Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf movement top Pakistani's parliamentary election, according to a partial result announced by the Electoral Commission on Thursday. Several formations denounced irregularities. The Pakistan Tehreek-Insaf movement of Pakistan's former cricket champions Imran Khan topped the parliamentary elections in Pakistan, according to the partial result announced on Thursday, July 26th, by the Electoral Commission after 30% of the ballots counted. According to this partial result, the ITP obtained 101 of the 272 seats in Parliament. The Muslim League of Pakistan Nawaz PML former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is credited with 66 seats, while the Pakistan People Party (PPP) gets 39 seats. The first official result had to be communicated from 2 a.m. 9 p.m. GMT Wednesday. Some members of Imran Khan's ITP expressed confidence in the outcomes of the polls, believing that the party will win the election. The advance available to the PTI, according to the partial result, however, will not suffice to obtain the majority in Parliament.
And now here we arrive, dear viewers, at the end of the news editions tonight. Thank you for watching us. Have a good night.